Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Driving conditions in Fargo Moorhead may have been manageable for you today, but slippery roads and freezing drizzle are making it difficult for driving in other parts of the Red River Valley. Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us tonight.
This was the scene today in Fargo where roads were covered with some slush. Let's head over to Hutch Johnson to see what other parts in the valley saw today. Hutch.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. As we look at thermometers, things don't look too bad. It's as warm as it's been, but remember, these temperatures still below zero. We've had that mist, that fog, that freezing fog and freezing drizzle throughout the day, just continuing to keep roads glossed over, especially on-ramps, off-ramps, and overpasses. Here's a look at the radar, and there's hardly anything showing up in our area. Most of the stuff that's falling out there falling underneath the radar. It is reducing visibility to under a mile at times. Things are really limited along Interstate 94 from Valley City through Fargo, down Highway 10 out towards Lakes Country. Wadena right now under a mile visibility, as is Park Rapids. Nearly steady temperatures this evening. Look at the reduced visibility. Give yourself extra time. Stephanie, those north winds are going to tug down some cooler temperatures. We'll talk about that, but that's usually drier air as well, so we may have a chance to get rid of some of this fog in the extended forecast as well.
Good.
Details in a moment.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
You're welcome.
Well, with no safe, permanent place to call home, it can be unbelievably tough for homeless students to make the grade. The Detroit Lakes is helping in Detroit Lakes. They're helping out 85 students there who do not have a home. Schools in the metro area say that it is a growing issue. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric talks with Fargo and West Fargo schools about how this problem can hold kids back in the classroom.
At this time, we've identified over 180 students that are either homeless or unaccompanied. And the reason it seems high, I think, is people automatically assume it's someone living at the shelter or living in the street or in their car.
Jan Anderson is the homeless liaison for Fargo schools. She says a student is classified as homeless if their family is living between friends or family's homes. There's also unaccompanied youth, students under age 18 who have left home because of family dysfunction and are not in the custody of a parent or guardian.
So attendance can be an issue due to transportation. It also can be, attendance can be an issue because if you're living in an area where there are a lot of people, you know, you're more apt to get sick, you're more apt to not get a lot of rest.
It's Anderson's job to help these students get to school, stay in school, get fed, clothed, get to doctor's appointments, and even help them with things like finding an apartment.
It is very difficult to see a family who is struggling and just getting the child to school in the morning and having them prepared for the day is almost more of a task than some families maybe can handle.
Beth Sleddy says West Fargo's numbers are in flux. Right now they have 67 students identified as homeless.
I believe that it is underreported. As our districts become more proactive through our registration process and some of the questions that we ask, such as, is the housing that you're living in permanent?
Sleddy says that can help alert teachers and administration to a possible homeless student. But both Fargo and West Fargo say many of these kids are driven and hardworking, just wanting to do well in class. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Both Fargo and West Fargo schools say it's a growing issue in their districts. The population's growing and housing is often a large hurdle for many of these families.
A man from Lemoore, North Dakota stands charged with vehicular homicide after a crash that killed his passenger. Police say 20-year-old Roddy Jenskow was drunk when he drove his truck off the road. It hit a tree last Friday. His passenger, Josh Dolan, was seriously injured in that crash, later died in the hospital. Jenskow is being held at the Barnes County Jail.
Watch out for phony $10s and $100 bills. Police say there is a counterfeit money scheme hitting the valley. Fakes have been passed in Fargo, West Fargo, Moorhead, and in Bismarck. Here's some surveillance photos that Bismarck police are asking you to take a look at. Police say these two suspects are involved with the counterfeit scheme. Taxi drivers, gas stations, and local convenience stores have taken a hit. And police say double check your bills.
Do your research, be smart. You know, sometimes people want to deal strictly in cash, and that might put yourself out more at risk to get us across some of those fake monies.
Fargo police believe there are two groups of people responsible here, and they say they've identified a few people involved.
One of the most popular gifts for Christmas are hoverboards, and criminals are trying to take advantage. The Border Patrol, working at the International Falls, Minnesota port of entry, recently seized a shipment of counterfeit hoverboards worth about $645,000. The officers found 1,650 Smart Balance hoverboard scooters and 90 motherboards with counterfeit trademark violations in the rail container. Custom officials say stopping the importation of counterfeit merchandise is a priority trade issue because it can damage the U.S. economy and threaten the health and safety of American people.
Moorhead Proud 56560. That's the slogan for one group trying to make improvements in that city. The Moorhead Business Association says they are working on a number of changes to the city, including a welcome party for college kids this fall, all to get more people to be proud of Moorhead. The group is also starting a restaurant challenge to get people to dine in that area. The Moorhead Business Association says they'll also continue working on ideas to bring new life to the downtown area. They hope if they can make it a place where more college students want to be, they will then stay, work, and live there.
The city of Moorhead is also accepting applications for a home improvement loan program to finance safety and energy efficient upgrades, as well as general housing preservation. Now, these federally funded loans for income eligible residents have 0% interest, no monthly payments, and only need to be repaid when you sell or get out of the home. The program is operated on a first come, first served basis, and there's currently a waiting list. Applicants must live within Moorhead city limits. For more information, you can head to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
Well, we all kind of know this area really only has two seasons, winter and road construction.
Area Department of Transportation officials say interest in the career for people that help build our roads is unfortunately dwindling, and it's making it hard to get certain road projects done.
Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop explains how big of a problem this is and how the North Dakota DOT is combating it.
5 graduates to fill 139 job openings. The civil engineer career field is in need of employees.
It causes for concern because, if we keep those numbers up and as our folks are retiring and, moving into maybe different career paths, there's just not enough coming up to fill all the jobs that are going to be open.
It's a job that impacts everyone and only takes a 2-year degree. Civil engineers draw up plans or mark the ground and test the roads that you and I drive on. While there are programs at colleges in our area, the problem lies in getting K through 12 students interested in the field. Gorder says he has gone to the schools and talked about the job.
And of course, when you had mentioned there's some math requirements, it can be a little scary to some of the 6th graders.
Gorder says a lot of the focus is put on 4-year colleges, but there are a lot of opportunities in 2-year colleges. In the DOT world, civil engineers are essential to moving the projects along and making sure the roads last.
There's a lot of demand for these people, whether it's the DOT, it's consultants, it's private industry.
Gorder says they're okay right now with staff, but do have some concerns for the future. In Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
The need for civil engineers is not just a local problem, but a national one. Gorder says the nation will be about 300,000 engineers short in the next 5 to 8 years.
January is the National Cervical Health Awareness Month, and North Dakota's Department of Health is reminding parents that girls and boys between the ages of 11 and 26 should receive the human papillomavirus vaccine. The vaccine is to help prevent cervical and other cancers. According to Immunization Program Manager Molly Howell, every 20 minutes, someone in this country is diagnosed with HPV-related cancer. A 3-dose series of the HPV vaccine for all adolescents 11 to 12 years of age with catch-up vaccination at ages 13 to 26 can prevent HPV infection and its associated cancers. HPV vaccines were studied prior to being approved by the Food and Drug Administration.
Well, despite the cold temperatures, it's never too early to get a head start on spring cleaning. Later on Valley News Live at 6, how you can get your closet organized.
And our evening forecast is looking like temperatures will only slowly fall. North winds will eventually dry us out, but we remain slippery. Your hour-by-hour forecast for tomorrow is coming up next.